At 311 for 6 on day 1 at MCG, Australia would be rather satisfied, but India would not request following because history does say that day 2 and day 3 are perhaps better days for batting if you have the batting prowess, which in India's case has been rather tricky as they have only managed to get past 200 only twice, and once it was they barely managed to get a 250 odd runs thanks to the final wicket partnership to avoid a famous fall on. But what infuriated much of the cricketing world, and especially a lot of Australian fans and those people who are not the fans of Indian cricket, and those also who are big fans of India's cricket, are is the punishment that was imposed on King Kohli for a very, very um, provocative physical contact with a 19-year-old kid without any trigger point or without any instigation. A physical assault, almost an assault, that was carried on just to deter or provocate the young kid. And also, Mr. Kohli responded as if he was the victim, and he got mad at konstas for not apologizing. I mean, for a man, for all these years, whose career, along with his performance, has also been very provocative or taking on the opposition, not just with his bat but also with his uh, verbal messages, and being strong, feisty, and arrogant. It is pretty strange that he didn't like a response coming from the other side. But he only gets one demerit points and just 20% of his match fee for a physical contact. In cricketing language, any kind of physical contact is deemed as an assault, and it's not been liked at all. Someone like Kagiso Rabada, for a similar thing, got three demerit points, and he also carried few demerit points from his previous match, and that's why he had to miss a test match, I believe. But that could be understood because if Virat does it or Rabada does it, they're fast bowlers, and these things happen. That's fine. But somebody who is standing somewhere in mid wicket or at a point walks all the way about 50 meters, or 50 feet or 60 feet, and comes to a lane that is largely, um, you know, a pathway for the batsman, and tries to brush the shoulders, which is wrong, and it would not help Virat's legacy. And that also, there are few rumors that are circulating in Indian media about one more resignation that is coming up after the final test match at Sydney, or maybe during Sydney test match. Well, the Indian media, the Indian trolls, the social media trolls, and in the Indian cricket team seems to be angry this time at the Australians for everything. It looks like as if they want to pick up a fight in every minute. They're making excuses to just to pick up a fight. I mean, I see that with YouTubers and some media are saying, making a big fuss about Australian media, saying that they are instigating this, they're instigating that. Nobody wants to film Virat's family. Who wants to do that? They're just doing their job. I mean, this was not good. That was not good. Australian media doing this. Australian media, come on. Cricket is not even the top 10 most popular sport uh, played in Australia. Maybe the BGT series and the Ashes would be the top three or top four most watched sport. Again, the media is not really into cricket because there is footy and rugby and other sports that are more popular. And soccer, football is actually number one sport in Australia at the moment. I mean, if media is really interested, it's really nice because there are some eyeballs rolling. Anyways, it's pretty despairing to see the standards of international cricket that have fallen ever since the rise of BCCI's clout on the cricketing world. The ICC just run by, it's just run as any any third world country, the administration of a third world country. That's it. It is it's blatantly, you know, it's showing favoritism to India. It doesn't make any excuses, and nobody questions anymore. Anyway, thank you.